Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Karen. So today I'm coming back with two easy recipes. So we'll be making some pumpkin waffles and some squash and garlic soup. So these are two recipes that we really love, mostly around this time of the year. So let's go ahead and start. So of course for the pumpkin waffle, all you're gonna need is a can of pumpkin, and I use the pancake mix from Costco. It's a big bag, it's less than $7. And of course if you don't have pumpkin, you can always use butternut squash and boil it and just mix it in your blender, and you will have some filling or the flesh, whatever. So and right now, like I said, I'm just gonna follow the recipe that you will find behind the bag of pancake mix. So you will need 2 cups of flour, and after that you're gonna add an egg, 1 egg. So I usually break my egg in a different container just in case if it's spoiled, because I had a bad experience with and rotten egg, so that's why I do this way now instead of just adding it straight to my mix. Next you're gonna need 2 tablespoons of oil, any kind of oil you want. You can always use a coconut oil, and you mix it. Next what I did was adding it was 3/4 of my pumpkin. So you can always add more, but of course you have to check the consistency of your dough. You don't want it to be too liquidy, so I only add 3/4 of my pumpkin. Because you add it to the batter, I added some cinnamon powder, and I'm pretty sure you can always add some other spices of your choice. I also added a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And once again you choose the flavor that you want, and you mix it. Okay, so now it's time to plug my waffle iron, but here we're using a different voltage in Spain, so I have to use a transformer. Yeah, that's the thing, when you move around you always have to adjust. And of course you always spray your pan and then fill it up, and that's it. So it's ready. We're done with our first waffle. And it smells really good. And I also noticed that the waffle smells like how you call it again? It kind of smells like potatoes, sweet potatoes. Yes, that's what I wanted to say. It smells like sweet potatoes. So when it's ready, and for the toppings, we usually eat it with agave syrup or raspberry jam, and you top it up with some pecan nuts, and that's it. And I hope you're gonna enjoy this one. It's really good, and it smells wonderful. So, and next, like I told you guys, I'll be making a squash and garlic soup, which is really easy to make. And let's go. If you guys love this kind of recipes, please leave me a thumbs up or leave me a comment down below. So for my soup, I used carrot, leeks, acorn squash, and butternut squash, and also some garlic that I unfortunately did not film at this point, but I added the garlic later on. You will see it later on my video. So what I start doing is slicing all the vegetables, like the carrot and the leeks. I love the leeks because it's part of the onions family, so you don't really need to put onion. The leeks does it all. And then I place all these 2 vegetables in the bowl, and then start cutting the acorn squash. These vegetables are really hard to cut. The butternut and the acorn squash, it's really hard. The skin is so hard. So that's why I'm just gonna put everything in the oven to soften these vegetables. and so I won't bother myself slicing or cutting this in small pieces. And butternut squash was even harder, so I had to bring out the big guns. I used this big butcher knife to open it, and so as you can see, I'm gonna do the same thing as the acorn squash, empty, removing the seed. Those seeds you can keep them and put them in the oven for 15 minutes, and you will have a little snack if you desire, but I just discarded this seed. So now I'm seasoning. I use some oregano, herbs, some garlic, some salt. I also used some nutmeg powder, and finishing with some olive oil, and you mix the oil, and then you mix everything. And I will do the same thing for the squash. So salt, oregano, nutmeg, garlic, and olive oil. You can of course use other spices that you desire. So when I'm done seasoning all of this, I place everything in the baking sheet and then placed it in the oven. Place them in the oven instead of boiling them, because I like that smokiness flavor from, baking them. So I don't know if you can see inside the squash the juice that was formed by baking them, and all the flavors is just in there. It's really, it smells really good in here. So here we go. You can see the garlic. I have several of them in that baking sheet, and the garlic does it all, so it smells really good. And then I start emptying the squash. I already placed the vegetables in the blender, and you see how soft it comes out, so really easy. Then just spending some time trying to cut everything, and just hurting your fingers. So you just remove the flesh and discard the skin. I know some people keep the skin, but I just don't want to give a different flavor to my soup. So I add a little bit of water in the blender just to help just to accelerate the process, and you just blend it until it's just smooth. Here we go. This is the consistency that I'm looking for. Really soft, no lumps, anything. Everything was blended. So, and of course you can add some water if you think it was too thick. And I also added some heavy cream. You can always add butter if you want, but I prefer heavy cream. And voila, your soup is ready. And what I did later on, I sprinkled some Parmesan cheese and some green onion, and I ate my soup with a toast of bread. So of course you choose whatever you want to eat it with. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like. Also, if this is your first time on my channel, don't hesitate to subscribe, and also hit the bell for further notification. Thank you.